Alright, let's try this again. About a year ago, I quit everything from alcohol, cigarettes, and porn. Almost kind of all at the same time for the most part. I feel like there's something else, but I can't remember right now. Anyway, it was, in a way, it was very difficult. And I had to exert a lot of, like, willpower, I guess. But at the same time, it was a long time coming, and I had a lot of, I put a lot of, I did a lot of healing building up to that. And I used a lot of affirmations, but I was changing. I was growing as I was leading up to that moment. I didn't just magically quit smoking one day. I mean, it kind of appears that way, and it kind of feels that way too. But there was a level of, like, there was profound intention, and I decided, I would put this every day. Every time I smoked, I would say, I'm so grateful I found the strength not to smoke anymore. Or I'm so grateful I found the strength to quit smoking. And I would say that. And I would also say to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, just, I would still enjoy it, because I found that hating myself for doing it, because that's where I was coming from for a while. I found that hating myself wouldn't help me quit. It just made me suffer more. So what I decided was, you know what? I'm going to smoke anyway, so might as well enjoy it and stop fucking hating myself the whole time and being a dick to myself. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to enjoy it. So I enjoyed it. And while I was smoking, I would say, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, just a statement. Like, this does not align with me anymore. I don't want to do it. That's all. Not, fuck you, you're stupid for doing it. No, it was more like a, damn, that's good. But no, it was like, I enjoy this, but I don't want to do this anymore. I can feel the weight on my body. After all this time of doing it, I can feel it. I feel like shit. At that point, I was smoking for about 2 years, by the way. But I was vaping I know. Okay, I know. But I was vaping for, like, damn, I don't know, like 3, maybe more years before that. Maybe 4, I don't know. I vaped for a long time. And then I started smoking on and off a little bit, and I tried quitting vaping so many times. Eventually I quit for 9 months, and then I started smoking, okay? Because I'll blame it on my external, the people around me at the time. And there's a degree of, like, okay, it was an escape. And smoking was like a form of, like, it was an escape, and it regulated me. And at one point, you know what? It actually, on some level, literally helped me. It actually helped me. And maybe it even healed me on some level, okay? But there came a point, and it probably happened within the first month of starting to smoke, or maybe the first week. But there came a point where it was like more bad than good. It was taking away more of me than it was giving me, okay? It wasn't healing me anymore. It wasn't helping me. Probably wasn't the first week. It was like, whatever. It doesn't matter. So, what the hell was I saying? Whatever. I quit. All that shit. For the first couple of months or so after quitting smoking, over a year and a half ago, about a year and a half ago, when I found myself fiending for chocolate, and I put a lot of that. What I'm getting at is, there's a root cause. Let's say it's the, whatever, people will say it's a wounded inner child. It's a traumatic thing or event or series of events that traumatized yourself once upon a time, okay? And it could still be happening right now, and that might actually, or it appears to still be happening to at least that part of you. right? So there's the root cause, which is the initial event, and then outside, you know, it's the fractured part of you, the inner child that feels unsafe or whatever. And then from that inner child, this is how I interpret it. I might not be whatever, it might not be accurate, but in trying to, it feels like in trying to like feel safe and to like be heard and seen, or feel validated or whatever, this inner child will physically act out. It'll exert energy into the world through you, and you'll, it's your subconscious, and you're not aware, like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, I don't want to do this. But then that you don't know because it's your subconscious. So anyway, the action of smoking cigarettes, drinking, porn, any kind of drugs, or eating chocolate, or drinking fucking coffee, or overeating and not listening to my body. All of these things that are like objectively not good for me on some level, or are objectively not helping me anymore. Why am I still doing it? Because now, even though I quit all this shit and I'm still struggling with getting rid of coffee and stopping myself from overeating and eating a bunch of fucking processed sugar and binging, it's because that same energy that used to fuel me going to get a cigarette or smoking every day or drinking or whatever it was, that same exact energy which comes from that same root cause is still playing out. It's still doing the same thing over and over and over again. Even if I exerted willpower and I fully stopped smoking, which I did, now it can't latch on to this, so it's going to go and latch on to this other thing. So I had this very, very clear, it was not like an epiphany, but it was a very profound moment of clarity. I was driving, this was like 2-3 months after I quit smoking. I was driving to go get ice cream for probably the 5th fucking time that week, and I didn't want to, and I felt like shit when I ate ice cream, and like I'm intolerant and whatever, but sugar, right? So I was driving to go get it, and I thought, oh my god, I'm still a fucking fiend. I'm still a fucking addict. I quit smoking, but I'm still addicted to blank. Like the driving thing, the energy. It was clear that it's the same energy. The same desperate, anxious, oh my god, I need to go outside of myself and grab something and bring it back here so that I can feel good inside temporarily, even though fuck all the repercussions. It's the same goddamn energy. And quitting smoking didn't solve anything. That's what it felt. On some level, it's true. I quit smoking and it didn't solve anything. The only thing it solved, which, this is great, okay, but it didn't solve the root cause. But the thing it solved is all the repercussions of, like, all the cancer, for one, right? Now I'm not putting smoke in my lungs every day, right? So there's that. And then there's the money thing, because it costs money. And, all whatever. So it solved all of that. Okay, great. But the energy that gets me to do it is still prevalent every fucking day. Every day. I didn't heal it. Maybe at all. I don't know. At least the energy is being directed into something not quite as harmful. Maybe. I'm not putting smoke in my lungs, but I'm overeating. I feel like shit every day because I fucking overate, and then I can't even digest my goddamn food in my already compromised fucking gut, and then I drink coffee to make it even worse, not because I want it to be worse, because I'm a fucking fiend. So whatever, the point of this video is, I guess, address the root cause. That's it. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep going and going and going, and you'll get rid of this thing, but it'll go and go and go over here. It'll latch onto this, you know. It's that desperate, like, I'm not okay, I'm not safe energy. I need to go blank. I need to feel better by blank. That energy never left, okay? And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. And if you've quit anything by sheer willpower alone, you know this. You know you didn't address the root cause, because if you address the root cause, the habit would crumble. It would fall away.